afternoon, colleagues. This is my third of the six, my third occasion to celebrate with you the delivery of these awards, very important awards that are intended to celebrate the year of learning. That's what they are. The year of learning through the evaluation process. So at this time of the year, we gather to deliver these awards. We have looked this year at 56 PCRs, XARRs. We have looked at 7 self-evaluation at the country level. And we have used the same rigorous process to assess which are the best product delivered by self-assessment. And remember that we're not awarding the best projects in terms of what they deliver on the ground. They may have been unsuccessful projects, but that were honestly reported and accurately reported through these products, the self-evaluation products. That's the nature of this award system that what we have instituted in IED for honest, accurate, well done, rigorous reporting at what happened during the years of implementation of these projects. And so we have chosen 3 best projects, sovereign projects, 1 sovereign, best XARR, and 1 at the country level as well. And at the same time, we take this opportunity to reward that department that has produced the best products overall. Last year it was PSOD. Yeah. With that cup, the big cup, to reward their good work during the year. This year, we will announce in a moment the department that will receive the cup because of the great work that they did overall in delivering good quality self-evaluation products. Just a reminder that the key theme of the annual report this year is precisely the self-evaluation system of the institution. We will be looking more carefully at the self-evaluation system, again, with the purpose of learning what's working and what is not in this system. And that report will be delivered to the board by April. I think that's what I needed to say with the last thing perhaps to mention that I have mentioned in the past, the reason why our symbol of the award is an eagle. That's what it is. It may be a stylized eagle, right? But what the intention of using an eagle is to represent what the eagle is in the human kingdom, in the animal kingdom, right? It's sharp. Eagles have a very sharp vision. They have perspicacy to pursue their praise. Yesterday, last year or 2 years ago, VP Gupta made a comment about this. I don't know if VP Gupta is still here. Yeah. He's coming back, right? And they have a singular ability to capture whatever they're looking for, and that's what you do through your self-evaluation, and that's what the eagle is symbolizing. That's why we use this image in our awards. So congratulations to all of you who have done a tremendous job this year in delivering high-quality evaluation to improve the effectiveness of this institution. Thank you very much.
It's a great pleasure for me again to join this year events for these awards. When Marvin mentioned that these events, this year's event is like his third year, also the same. Actually, I attended the first, I think the 2017 and 2018, now 2019, and I have to say this might be my last one. Maybe still like 12 months from now, I don't know what happens to me. I could go back to my country, I could serve in a different committee. So, but again, this is really a great pleasure for me to join you again. And I think Saleha rightly mentioned, this DAC, actually, our mandate is very much just to exercise our oversight function as board members, on the development effectiveness. And IED has been our main arms to really deliver that mandate. And this year, again, as you have seen, IED has come with a very great idea to give award to those who could produce the best report, not necessarily the best performing projects, the most, I think the most honest, and maybe I would add to that by like the most readable report. So sometimes when we read report, the project completion report, sometimes we can get confusions with different terminology and expressions. But again, I have to mention that board members are quite happy that this year we could see a lot of improvement, I think, with the collaboration, excellent collaboration between management and IEDs. When first time I came to ADB, and after a few months, actually, I was appointed as the DAC chair, actually. And one thing I asked the former ED, Philaslak from Thailand, what should I do? Because I know it would be really tough to be a DAC chair, given the nature of the discussions. Maybe many of you have been in the DAC meeting, and you see how different people really want to really say something differently. But at the same time, I think it's very fruitful, always productive, and we always come up with good recommendations at the end. So this is something I would like to really acknowledge, like much better collaborations between IED and management, and certainly that help a lot, actually, how we deliver our function. And in fact, actually, a lot of projects and also discussions that takes place in the board that mentioned, by both management and board of directors, about the work of IEDs as the reference, why they could do some sort of improvements and like new innovation or new approach. So that really are recognitions. At the same time, also, as board members, I personally find actually a lot of improvement also in the way project is designed, and also in the way projects, the proposal is written. So that also, I think, something that we very much recognize and appreciate. And also, I have to mention that since the Strategy 2030 approved last year, like every one of us, like including international community, mention about these achievement or sort of sustainable development goals. So out of 17 goals, then it's really important to really see all of them, and in fact actually relate each and every goals to what we do in our projects, in the preparation, in the design, including in the achieving the strategy that we have agreed upon. So then the question, that people always ask, and how do we get there in terms of how these all the objective that we have set in the beginning and then can be fulfilled. So this is again, evaluations really play a very important role. As DG Marvin mentioned, I think we can always ask that same question. What works? Why? And under what circumstances? All these. And that's quite show what we expect from the perspective of the board of directors. When we read the proposal, then we can really answer all these questions. So that's important. When we say what worked, that means what sort of modalities, environment, supportive environment, and all these, including the ownership of the countries. But at the same time, why we have to do that? So it's not only applied to the evaluation, but to the overall ADB's operation. And I think I would not really read everything because I'm quite lucky, to have a colleague actually prepare for this speech. But I think just a few things that I would like to mention here. One of them is that is about the independent evaluation itself. I think among the board, actually, sometimes we even question, actually. In many occasions, I think I always ask Marvin, okay, tell me why you still want to maintain this independence. So, always sort of a good discussion we have. But the fact, actually, this independent evaluation is part of the independent evaluation conducted by IED is really part of the board oversight functions, as I mentioned earlier. But it in itself is second-tier evaluations. What matters now is self-evaluation. So, and then if, we all agree, if we could really see self-evaluation as good as, or up to 100% of the expectations, I don't think we still need the IED. I'm not saying IED is not relevant. But the fact, actually, if we could be honest to ourselves, then we could produce much better and more accurate sort of information in the way we evaluate our own performance. So that's really important. At the same time, also, the more we can do things, the more we become successful, the higher, more serious challenges we are facing. So that's also something that we really need to counter and also try to find a way out. For example, this morning, I think for the first time, although it's approved last year, for the first time the board discussed about Project Readiness Facility, PRF. I think it's for DACA's projects. So this is a new modality introduced last year, and also a few projects has been approved. But then the board, as board, actually, we really want to know whether this facility create impacts and whether this facility can facilitate much longer engagement in the future, how then a particular country or sort of projects, then can be designed much better if it requires much higher, more financing. So that's something that I think we need to also see in terms of challenges. When we do more, when we become more innovative, then certainly it comes with a greater responsibility to get the right approach, at the same time also right evaluations. So I think I would stop here, but again I would like to really thanks both management and IED for excellent performance and also for much better collaborations, and I'm not saying agreement, but somehow most of the recommendations approved by or agreed by management. At the same time, also I would like to congratulate those who got awards this year. It doesn't mean that others do not do good evaluations or self-evaluations. Maybe just it just the award doesn't go to more than many. Few than say to everyone. And then this year I think that big cup, as Marvin mentioned, will be handed over to another department. Yeah. So that shows that everyone would get a chance to get one if you really work hard. Again, congratulations and thank you very much, and I appreciate very much some of the board members being here to join our event this afternoon. Thank you again, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Okay, so the first PCR Awards goes to Hebei Small City and Town Development Demonstration Sector Project in the People's Republic of China. The best project PCR goes to the second Urban Governance and Infrastructure Improvement Sector Project in Bangladesh. And the third award for project level goes to the Power Transmission Enhancement Investment Program, Tranche 2, in Pakistan.
Best in Extended Annual Review Report. The award goes to TBC Bank of Georgia, promoting financial sector growth and service diversity. Best in Country Partnership Strategy Final Review. The award goes to Nepal CPS Final Review.
And now for the IED Cup for Best Operations Department.
And the winner this year is CWRD.